always have your back, keep it 100 with you. Love you and that's a fact, no matter what's the issue. You got a real friend, matter of fact a sister, taking the world by storm in this new era with you. Oh,
You do that in a High School Musical?
Sharpie. When
But
she
I think about
start,
High School Musical, I first remember is stick to the status quo.
if you want to
Remember dancing at the lunchroom.
there you go.
Oh boy, I would not rewatch that show.
We're
Cringy.
all in this together.
Cringy bad. But
The
yeah.
part when Vanessa they must break up with Zach. And I said, gotta go my own way.
If I see so way extra when we got school for you, you know, they really get that right.
When they this could have been bloopers.
It's like in there. I want you know.
All right, welcome everybody to another episode of New Era Women Podcast. I am Sheree, and this is
Brianna on a rainy day.
Yes, so I hope the rain in the background is not too much. Maybe
But-
it will give a relaxing vibe.
Yeah, I'm thankful for it. It's a cool on the place.
Yeah.
God know it.
Time hot,
For those of
sun
you
not shine.
in Jamaica, you know, so the heat, the power. But all right, so another episode. Thanks for joining again.
Yep.
Oh, remember, say I'm starting a girl. Yeah, I'm gonna take you out. Okay, so we're gonna break the ice, people. All right.
Yeah.
So, usually when they play this game, who is most likely to? I know them usually like close them eyes and whatever, but true, we always add our own little twist to things. So we're gonna do it our way, right? So
you know, somebody always want to play this again, man.
well,
I'm
sit
gonna
down now.
nobody to do it with.
Sit down now. I hope you're ready. All right.
Alright.
So who is most likely to?
Out of the two of
Are we
us,
going-
who is most likely to do
Yeah,
whatever.
point at each other,
Alright.
but we're not gonna close the eyes, so we're gonna know. So,
Yeah.
who's most likely to cancel plans at the last minute? It is I. It is
I don't
I.
have no explanation, but yes, you.
Why? Why do you think I do that?
Because sometimes you just can't bother.
Just want to stay warm. You know,
Yeah,
say-
I'm plus you live far too, so
yeah. One thing though, if me feel like a something where me promise, but if I something feel like alright,
Ooh.
if
or
I
something celebratory or
yeah, then
something
I
like that.
will. But if I something feel like it no, if I just like want to get together, we could have push back.
Mhm,
Best believe so me I go cancel.
mhm.
Yeah. Who is most likely to laugh in a serious situation?
I feel like the both of we, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like me laugh, I will not know if you laugh out.
Yeah.
Like randomly. Serious or that serious?
Yeah.
Who is most likely to travel alone in a foreign country? Oh,
Me?
yeah.
But me not
I feel like you're bolder.
Me not know. I haven't done that
I
before.
feel like we're not
so
too
me
afraid.
know. But you're not travel alone already?
We're
Well, not like
no.
technically alone, but
I
you
mean,
travel
like, you
by
know, how people do
yourself.
solo travel and them go here and there, backpacking and no, sir. I feel like you gotta do that more.
I don't know.
I don't know though. But definitely not me. All right, most likely to ghost someone. Ghost as in, says if whether guy or friend or anybody, you just cut them off. So most likely to cut off somewhat. That way your finger fly up fast. Yeah, easy.
Brianna.
I mean, if it's true. I just feel like you're not act right, and worse if me tell you say you're not act right. And I believe that as big people, we're supposed to know like right from wrong, and when we are mistreat people, someone's supposed to ask, I tell you. We just like,
Yeah, I feel like I give people too much chance sometimes. That's a listening more and more these
and then
days.
sometimes people tell me say, me not give enough chance. I know, me not change no. Oh my God. Most likely to respond to a text 3 weeks later.
Me do that all the while. Do you?
I know I've done it before, probably where I feel like I did answer somebody and when I look, I never answer them, and I'm like,
Miss me.
you find that you do that one, and you're,
Yeah,
but generally
especially
answer.
WhatsApp. Me that see it, answer
Answer in your mind.
mentally, and then me say, oh, look here. Answer you, yeah.
Answer in your mind as if people can read mine. Yeah. All right. Most likely to text. Oh, we just asked that. Most likely to be late.
The two of we. I feel like it two of we. Me ever late, ever late. I'll one of my friend. Anytime when we are going away, me the late one. Yeah.
It's something I'm just not proud of.
Yeah.
But I have been late many a times. Oddly enough, you see, like when we have family get together though, I was the first one already. Yeah, so we like plans. All right, we're gonna meet up and go somewhere like at 5 o'clock. And we say, all right, because it's a big family, so the car will come for it. The car will start pick up 5 o'clock. And me first ready for 4:30. And I was at cuss. I say, oh no, no, say at 5 o'clock. I don't know. Sometimes 5 o'clock, I feel call the driver or call the place where we reserve.
Yeah.
A table for I'm like, can you push it back to 5:30? Yeah. So, but in that case,
unless I like work or like one actual event where you have to do something. But otherwise,
yeah, late bug. If you break up with the ground van.
Sorry, that's me.
Yeah. So most likely to buy a designer purse.
Yeah.
Really?
You're not really fancy about it someday.
No. Once it look nice, and I feel like a quality, I have to be designer. And I like save money.
Yeah.
So because we have a mentality.
And I have. So yeah.
Yeah, you have, because I have a mentality. I'm like, I would have spent all 3 bills for the US, but I get all 10 of them,
Call it cheap. If see it, I like it. I mean, you can afford it.
You're not wrong with that. Me now, me just want to get everything for the price. It's a bargain deal. Me look.
Yeah.
Once you now go leave me a road or pop off for me. All right. Most likely to order takeout rather than cook.
This one, I'm not sure. It's too away.
Maybe, because
it's too away.
Explain.
I not love cook all the while like that. If I could order takeout, I would. Yeah. Because sometimes I just can't bother.
Me say explain, because I can literally remember time in my life where every weekend I takeout.
Even like when it was, that time where everybody would have to stay inside and work from home, we usually just order food like the back of my hand.
I remember, man, just ordering Domino's pizza. Like pizza got a style. Me I say, and it used to be the same delivery man. I used to say, this man, I must have said this a girl that don't cook.
Yeah.
It's a girl that does feed pan pizza.
I usually like call the place them and they say, oh, all right, I hear so. With this and that, they know you. Say, yes,
they know you. They are call it by your name, she.
So it's food. We just go like say. Yeah.
It was going like our first time. But yeah. All right. Most likely to go skydiving. I feel say I'm afraid to do that, you know. Because you're adventurous, but if you jump out of a plane. But I guess
out of 2 away, then me.
Because you do parasailing, which would be considered, I guess, regular to some people. Yeah. But that give me the
skydiving kind of scary for real.
That's crazy.
And the parachute, no.
If you like some things people don't do, like don't play with your life like that. What? Sky jump out on a plane. People just sometimes when people are traveling, afraid say plane even crash, much less we jump out of it. Nah. Most likely to become a comedian. Say from my little and I grew up. Because you used to ask to say, I told a comedian. I told a comedian. For nothing, me just have myself and people just laugh. Maybe I have a future in it something.
Maybe. Can do that part-time.
Female Kevin Hart. What with the height? Most likely to play a sport.
Yeah.
Which sports you play?
Football, everything. Football, cricket,
You ain't good at them.
tennis.
We have
Ballet, dancing.
ballet. We have commitment issues with sports. I used to do track. Let me stop.
All that too. I used to do.
Tennis, I think. Yeah, I mean, I really like sports because I remember in PE doing a volleyball, netball. Hate it.
That's one thing I don't like though. I don't like
Netball. Yeah, so definitely you with the sports.
I feel like netball kind of restrictive. You can't move. You can't. Yeah, so I prefer football.
Even in a school, when it came to clubs and so, I don't know how it was for you, but I was very as I said, I have commitment issues. So I go choir, twos me come out. Me in a 4-H, me na bother in a 4-H. So me always in and out of club, and then high school, key club, 7th grade. I said, no, sir. Come out of key club, then choir again, high school. We come out of choir. I don't know what that's about me.
We did learn everything.
But did you actually like
the most for high school was football. I did that all throughout high school. I didn't go as much when it was like 11th grade.
Yeah, CXC.
10, 11th grade, I never got as much, but I did that all through high school.
Who remembers what doing CXC was like, though? Was it stressful for you? Because I remember.
Yes, I know. I remember I studied much for things, but I just thank God.
Oh, you're good. Miss, I have to study, especially because me hate maths.
Coming on like gone school, me hate maths too. Me did hate maths.
Hate maths gone too. Bed, me I know how me pass it.
Me study, but it's just not like study religiously like how you would see some people morning, noon and night and read book and yeah. I mean, I really love school like that.
Me worse. We have that in common.
And the paper them, some of them may not even finish.
Don't follow with children.
Me not finish.
You must love school, yeah?
I'm end up pass. Me just have to say thank you, God.
Man, you see,
my math teacher in high school. Not call no name. She never have no faith in me. She never
as
know
a teacher,
how mega pass maths, but no pass. I got a 3, but that's
me
a
too.
pass.
For sure, how me did hate maths so much, Sheree.
Yeah.
When me pass.
To be the type of person where nobody thinks that,
maths.
No, sir, she don't pass that. She don't have to do this over and get a 3, even though some people would have say, oh, them no want that. Me right.
take it.
And worse, like, we never finish the maths paper and get 3. So suppose me did finish.
Me, I see somebody. Because me never do one section of it, girl.
One section.
Me go in a maths exam, people. I know geometry set. I know ruler.
But you're that easy.
I know ruler.
You're never ready.
Some use draw line.
What your ID?
Han. You go so? So my hand almost straight. You know, I don't know how me pass.
I think in a CXC, sometimes the invigilator allow if like share the something them, but them would have to watch and see.
Me, and when me say it to my mother say, I guess at the time I was thinking you would have, been a big girl at the time, so she wouldn't have things if you check if me really have the geometry set. As an 11th grader, I should have really have it. I don't know how many have it. So when me pass maths, for sure how me hate maths, my mother literally said, Brianna, you pass maths. That matter the amount of 1 or 2 me get, and the maths alone she a hard part. I remember when results come out, everybody in our house come in the living room and sit down. They wait.
Cause you know, say maths crucial, maths and English generally when you go places.
Nobody no business with that. In terms of in my family. Not to say they didn't care. They didn't care, yeah. Not to say they didn't care, but you see how them congregate for CXC? Yeah, it wasn't the same.
I mean, if I didn't care, just go straight into my associate.
Straight into your associate
degree. Yeah, no time for that.
I guess we did feel like, Cape almost felt like the natural
like
thing after.
Associate, I think.
No, I look away.
Yeah, kinda. Like,
But then, no. Because me never go university. As you know, me never go university after that. Because me just, that one, I guess that's how much I hated school. But
I never want to go. But then, whenever I have like a set career choice, and then at the last minute, got the opportunity to go UWI, and then we just go.
But let me explain to when I say I hate school, because I don't want the young people now to have the similar
stay in
mindset.
school,
The
kids.
reason I said
Stay
that
in
was because
school.
I guess just my personality and being, even though I think all human beings are creatives, but being a creative, I felt like sometimes in the school system, it kind of does make you have to do things one way, box it in, and you just a study to pass one test, and by the time you pass the test, you don't remember what you study say. So you're basically just a SWAT, and it's like you have to do this, and then half of the things then what them teach we don't even need them or use them in real life.
That's why I think more traditional and non-traditional schools should have like the regular what you call it, their typical subject, business, science, but have skills as well, and not just have maybe 1, 2, 3
because of the skills that we're gonna need
school in a parish.
Nowadays them teach high schoolers to drive and get their teach them to drive, or I know they're getting their learners. Not so sure about if they're teaching them to drive, but they're getting their learners, so they're doing the learners test.
But the skills even, like that, creativity,
that would have been good
graphic
back in
design, programming, little skills like that from high school that will set you up better. To this day,
I never need to use the Pythagoras theorem, do nothing. And I've never had to find X and Y on a graph in the real world. I'm sorry.
In university though, can you get to choose where you focus on. So I found that being more as a creative in university was better because you got to select courses that appeal to that. And then some of those courses you're not feeling no maths and then something there. Yeah, as long as you have like a pass in it and English. And if you don't, you do like a test. So like a entrance test to see if you can, if you're good enough in English.
Yeah. Anyone knows, I feel like even nowadays school is even harder than when we're going, because I think in high school, TXE time, I know we had to do like 3 SBAs. No me I hear say I have SBA for all I subject them. The TXE I heard someone who did TXE one day, I said that say you have SBA for all the subjects now. Me I said that's a wicked act. Wow. Because me's a girl when me did do my SBA. You see? Alright.
I guess them are trying to make it more developed for kids now. Me still not like school, but stay in school, kids. It's very important.
Because don't follow me, because
don't follow.
Because we passed.
Brianna. We passed. As much as you say we did
exactly. So even though we never loved school, we knew it was important. So we had to pass.
And get we cape and degree and all of that.
Yeah, so yeah. Come on, gonna say something else. I'm gonna want to say it because, but I'm gonna say it anyways because you know that's me.
Well,
I did my. This is a confession. I did my SBAs, most of them, the day before they were due.
Everybody, back then, I don't know about the kids now, but
and I passed them. Crazy enough. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know how it is for students now, but I feel like we had this cool ability to not necessarily study hard, but still pass with stuff. I guess because we just, I don't know, different generation. I don't know. But do I work for you? Just make sure you pass them here.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, so you can't have it, you can't say that new era said, pass your exams.
Pass your exams.
Whether you love it or not.
Get your degree if that's what you want to do. Yeah.
Yes. That's the message. Alright, so that's it for Break the Ice.
So, alright, so like how we're in the 6th month of the year, right? The year, like time doesn't go by so fast. So I have 6 things that I want to hold myself accountable for, or to just put out into the open that I want to accomplish for the rest of the year. So I'm gonna set them. And then you can just think same time of things where you would want to accomplish.
Okay.
All right. So my first one is I want to start keeping my word to myself, keeping the promises when I make to myself. Because I find that I have a habit, if I promise somebody something or I say, all right, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I do it for that person. But when I say to myself, all right, I go take time and learn this or I go do that today, I just brush it off and say, all right, tomorrow, and then tomorrow never come. So that's a one. The second thing, which is hard, but I have it here on my list, tackle my fear of failure, which has held me back so much. Because there's so many things that I want to do, so many ideas in this brain here. But because of perfectionism and being afraid to fail,
being hard on yourself.
yeah. And I find that because like I always ask myself, where does that come from? I personally think it's maybe growing up. I was always seen as like, all right, the good kid, Sheree can do this wrong or do that wrong. Always has to be the good person in everybody's eyes. I feel like inherently I'm afraid to fail because I don't want not to be that good person. Yeah, so tackle perfectionism and the fear of failure. What is now the third one? Putting time in to finally start or get things together, a business. One of the many ideas that I have.
Okay.
By the end of the year, more at least start one or gather things together for start one. So that's a 3. The fourth one, learning to drive or getting my learners. Yeah. The fifth one, this is all right, now let me say this. So the fifth one, journaling more, getting my thoughts out. Because sometimes, it's not good to just sit with like certain things that are in your brain.
Right.
Yeah, or if you don't have nobody to talk to immediately, it's good to just write it out. And I used to do that some time ago, and I find that it helps sometimes to at least just put it out on paper.
Write the vision, make it plain.
Yes.
And though it tarries,
wait
for it, it will surely come.
And then the sixth thing, the last one, this is a deeply rooted one.
Okay.
But being open to accepting love again and being open about it, yes, and not rushing into things quickly and not dismissing it too soon. Because I can't bother.
And just allowing what should be to
allowing myself to accepting love again and not just saying, can't bother.
Kill it before it even gets the chance. So be open, but wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guard my heart, but being open to accepting something good.
Guard your heart, but don't build a steel wall.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, so those are my 6 things.
6 enough, It is. So maybe I jot down while you talk.
But if you have 3, then that's fine.
Okay.
Because at least it's a start.
All right.
Yeah, so.
First thing come to my mind, people. Just stop worrying so much. Worry
so much. Can you know we're all human?
Yeah, that's so much.
Yeah.
Like I've seen where I can be a chronic worrier, paranoid. I don't wanna even need to worry about me. I worry about it. Think hard about it. And just stress rather than just don't say everything gonna work out, as it generally always does. And be at peace. And wait, I don't really have much patience now. I think most people in my life
So probably
know
need
that,
to work on that.
which I always find it so weird. All right, I will have an issue. Me kick up rumpus about it, kill up myself. And most people would say, just relax, just wait. And I'm always like, how can I say that so easy? Why am I always
I
just
work up yourself.
and no one else around me at least seems to be working up themselves about what them I go through. May I say, my outlook, do I really think that differently?
I think sometimes it come from we want to be able to know the end result. So in our brain, we kind of have some sort of control. We know, say, all right, this might happen. At least this or that might happen. And when you don't have no control and or don't know what will be at the next step, it causes you feel like
get frazzled.
Yeah.
And I know it's not just me. There must be one or two other people out there who I have a tendency from the little and I grow up to feel like life should be perfect. And even if you're not perfect, the problem not will last too long. You have a time limit, hurry up. Time up. All right, done today. Over for you. Come. Serve your notice.
Yeah.
And when it go over that day, hey. I mean just, like when you little ear out of my balloon.
Yeah.
I mean that. Because let me say, all right, today Monday. Done. Make Tuesday catchy. It's all over.
Yeah, can you say, all right, this issue should have done.
Because me give myself extra strength for today and not for tomorrow. I don't know how we're gonna stop worrying. I don't know. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Be kinder overall. Now I have a natural personality that's kinda like you just bite. Even when I'm not trying to bite. Like how I respond sometimes might sound harsh or aggressive or cold, and someone might say it. I'm like, but me never say it if it come across that way. Sometimes I can be blunt without even realizing I'm blunt. Me I say, then that blunt, me just I say, it's
say like it is.
You know, some people blunt. I mean, I feel like we're blunt like some people, but then someone would say, yeah, man, you're blunt. I'm like, okay. Me see it sometimes. And some say, all right, I need to be more gracious in my delivery. Right? If you get my license, because me can drive. I did driving school last year.
That is a must.
Yeah.
If you do not nails fun, that listening, get your license.
We get my license. Yeah, that's that. So everyone who is standing in my way. Last one I could think of. Last one I could think of. Be more diligent in my aspirations. I feel like that go for so many people. I have so many things I do sometimes. I'm say, all right, I go carve out this time in the day to deal with it. And then they end up just don't do it. I'm like, well, if you don't put in the work, you're not gonna reap the rewards. So just be more diligent in order to actually see what we want to come to fruition. Just like how we were diligent. Remember how we fight for the podcast, yeah? We fight for invisible being feet massacre. It feel like one invisible being a wall and funny with us. Yeah, that the diligence there is needed in other areas. So that's it, I'd say.
All right. All right, so something else that I want to mention.
Oh, before you go on, you guys share yours too.
Yeah,
if it's not too personal.
6 things or whatever number you want to put. Some things that you want to accomplish before the end of this year.
Heat. You get it? You get it?
All right, so something else that I want to mention. I saw this on social media. So it's like a text that somebody is sending someone, all right? So this is like the owner of the restaurant sending somebody this text. So the text says, hi, so-and-so. Unfortunately, I'm going to cancel your reservation for Saturday. We value our customers a great deal, but we have to think about our hardworking and dedicated employees. At first, I thought it was just an isolated incident when you failed to tip your server. I sent an apology and gift card to your wife for that incident. Since that day, I personally oversaw the service you received and you continued not to tip your server or leave less than $1. I will not subject my staff to that type of behavior. Moving forward, both you and your wife are no longer allowed at our establishment. So for this now, do you think it's obligatory to tip? And was the restaurant owner wrong in sending that message to that customer? I guess it's like a loyal customer, someone they were always good at, but them just don't tip. You think it's obligatory to tip?
That must be a joke, a big JOKE. Cause which restaurant owner could have tell me say me have a tip? First of all,
Or imagine like say you're overseas. Can you know it's customary in some
yeah,
places.
but you can't. Tipping is a courtesy of the customer, not something that is owed to anybody. That's why it's called a tip. If you feel that your employees deserve more money, give them a raise of pay. Right? That is on you, the restaurant owner. But look at you. If I were the customers, money won't come back to your place either.
Maybe they wanna have a sign say tip must must say I must get tip. Because that's why she
can't
go
sit
on
through that
to
one day.
entitled.
Tipping is only all right. Tipping is not a guarantee. It's up to the customer. Even that's just how it is. You could be a waitress or a waiter who give you all. If the person don't want to tip you, they don't have to. Right?
And you can't cost them
You
pay.
can't cost them
money.
for their money. And what if they actually don't even have it to tip? And even if they have it to tip, I feel them doing on wrestle them for like seriously. And second point, tipping is only if you go above and beyond. If you do what is regular, you bring me my food, you're gone, you bring me my check. Why am I tipping you? You don't do nothing grand.
Yeah,
if you probably I'll take a picture, if you probably I'll just had an extra enthused attitude or something additional, then yeah, can give you a tip. But to do what your job description is, it's on your employer to pay you what you
and they
are
said
worth.
the person leave $1 or nothing. I mean, if him leave $1, at least him leave something. Although yeah, that's nothing, but at least maybe that alone him could afford at the time. And when you go to some places, they even say no, you can't tip the workers, cause
True, and some hotels.
Some hotels, some places, them pay them enough. Well, some places pay them enough where they don't need to accept any tip.
Some can even have some hotels too, or for example, where they don't even pay people them enough, but yet they still don't want them want the people to tip them. I don't know the reasoning for that.
Maybe it's to prevent situation like this. Because maybe you would have start feel obligated from the establishment, from the customers to get tip. Yeah, and I hassle them.
Yeah, hassle them. True.
Yeah, but I don't think it's not customary generally. In some cultures it may be, but it's up to the customer to tip if they want to.
I would find that in Jamaica now we are getting more and more into this tipping culture where many places almost like them I expect
for you to tip them.
We are not America. We're not a foreign place. I would like Jamaica to just be its own, and you know, have to adapt everything or adopt every.
If you're happy and you want to tip the person, tip them. Yeah, but if not, don't
you shouldn't be hassled.
Feel bad to not tip somebody or feel like pressured.
Right, you shouldn't be pressuring any customer to give a tip. No.
Yeah.
Let's bring back memories right now. Yeah. So, tipping is for when you really go above and beyond, and even if the person, because I will tip. So I'm not even talking about seminar and tip people. I will tip, but just objectively speaking, it's not owed to anybody.
Yeah.
To tip.
And every single time, because that's a lot for always tip somebody in every establishment you go. I know as a server or a person in the customer service industry, it's nice and you don't want people to tip you, yes, but don't expect it.
The
every
onus
time.
really is more so on the employer to pay people what they're worth,
Yeah,
to be honest.
that's the real issue.
And even some places, they have automatic gratuity that they add to the bills. 10% gratuity. And you want to tip on that? And you already they forced me to pay 10% gratuity.
Yeah,
Suppose me
plus
now,
that.
that I even think is out of order. You will have put gratuity 10% on the bill.
I want that tip.
And then you go on that tip. No company not supposed to put no automatic and mandatory gratuity on no bill.
That's true.
You should
and
charge
then
for
tip
what
after that.
you served. Nah, get out of hand.
So I found a article from radiantculture.com and it defines the waiting season. So it defines the waiting season as one that is often one of the hardest seasons to be in. It can be very long. It can be a very long season full of expectation and sometimes doubt. Having to pause and wait on God has promised you to be challenging, but that is what the waiting season calls you to do. Stop and wait, right? So I also saw that during the waiting season, there's initially some things that it's trying to teach you. So an article from Kelly R. Baker on her blog at kellyrbaker.com, 5 truths the waiting season might tell you. Right? So we're gonna go into it. I'm just gonna give like a general overview and then you give me your opinion. Okay. All right. So one reason why you might be in the waiting season is number one, your desire needs to shift. Number two, you're waiting for God to speak when He's spoken. Number three, God is waiting for you. Number four, you just need to actually go forth and make a decision. And then the fifth one, God is getting everyone in place for whatever it is that you're waiting for.
That one is so nice, the last part.
That's alone. Yeah. So I agree with the first article. Being in a waiting season is hard, especially like what we mentioned before. Having patience for certain things is difficult, especially when you want something to just come to pass quickly. And when you long for and desire something, or you've been working hard for something and you want it to come to pass, but things just not happen, and you realize that, all right, you just have to wait. It's really difficult. Something that I have been kind of grappling with on and off with, but trying to just lean into the season and being open to what it's gonna bring. What do you think of this? And then the 5 reasons as well. I know that this is a hard topic, a touchy one, but we couldn't find nothing else to relate to. We did just happy.
Who send for you?
Happy speak about
Me
it.
send for you, Reality say?
Yeah, what do you think about the waiting season? Whether how it
waiting
has
season?
been or what it is to you, whether what your frustrations are or what you're looking forward to. What do you think?
I think the waiting season, and hear me well, before you get excited at what I'm saying. I think the waiting season can be good because I believe preparation is needed for
whatever
anything. And sometimes you might think you're prepared, but then, and I'm not even just talking spiritual prepared. I even mean sometimes
just generally
physically prepared. Sometimes you need to go out and get stuff. You need extra time, blah blah blah. So I think the waiting season is necessary for that. But I think the waiting season, when it get too long, it's unnecessary. Totally unnecessary. Cause you will never be 100%. And listen, I'm being real. So for all the real people, you'll never be 100% perfect. So sometimes waiting and waiting and waiting. Come on, what am I really waiting for? And then the different reasons laid out there. I think that's another problem I find with faith and with the waiting season is that which one really is it? Am I now supposed to travail before God to figure out which one? I have no time for that. I'm sorry. To figure out, am I waiting on God? Is God waiting on me? Is it Is it which one is it? Oh my God. And then not hearing anything. Should I go forth? Should I wait? Should I pray? Should I fast? I'm sorry, I have passed that. Call me rebellious, call me impatient, but I know enough about that to feel within myself, in my opinion, that it's either I'm going to get a clear answer or I'm just gonna go off on my own. Because the confusion and the back and forth, it don't work well with me. It's either go late on me or not. And then some people might say, well, maybe what's being said to you, maybe it's just that you don't want to hear it or whatever. Look here, too many complications. I cannot.
So no patience. You think it's that?
I don't think it's that 100%. I think the waiting season sometimes, even for the person who has the most patience, it gets to a point where patience can no longer stretch. Because patience, patience, you are patient towards an end. Patience is not meant to be forever. It's a fruit of the spirit or whatever that you should have. But say you have a situation that you're waiting on. You can't be patient for that situation forever because that means it's never coming. At some point, you have the desire, the destination, and patience in between. At some point, you must reach the destination. So if you're gonna be patient, then where is the destination? And at some point, patience is gonna come. If you get what I'm saying, your patience is gonna run thin unless you have some never-ending patience there. And if you have a never-ending patience, then when will what you are hoping for come to pass? If your patience is just that, then you will wait forever till that kingdom come. If you really get what me try get at.
Yeah, I get you. For me, I feel like the waiting season, whether it doesn't have to be in like a spiritual aspect, whether you're waiting for a job, you're waiting to buy a house, whatever it is, there has to be some sort of preparation done within the time you're waiting. But after all of that, there comes a time where, just like you say, like you just say, all right, when this will happen, because nothing else not happen. No, it seemed like it's never gonna happen because it just had take too long. And I know persons always say, okay, God don't work on our timeline. He has his own. Which is true, yes. But sometimes it's hard because suppose, yeah, imagine something for happen, alright, in the next 6 months. But on God's timeline at the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years. I would say to that, yes, ask for the strength to be able to bear it, but realistically it's difficult. So then sometimes, just like going back to what the article said, sometimes you have to make a move towards whatever it is. Sometimes that's the choice. But the waiting season, it's a sticky place to
Sticky
be
like
in.
glue.
And there's this, I was watching this TikTok video about the season of in between. It's like the most difficult place to be in. But whenever you finally get out of the in between, then now you go see where all of the struggle was worth it eventually. But it's still just hard because just like what you say, sometimes you're there in a situation and you just wait and I wait and I wait and I wait for whatever it is, and nothing not happen. Yeah.
At some point, you have to. I'm not advising you what to do, but for me,
just do something.
at some point, maybe just move forward. But it's better to me to try to move forward in wisdom, not just doing anything.
Yeah.
But try to move forward in wisdom than to wait for what seems like will never come.
Because you necessarily, and then the thing is, you don't necessarily know what is going to come.
Exactly, that's the thing.
Yeah, I do agree that sometimes you have to just say, okay, not just make a move for make a move sake, but think about options. It. Maybe write down what the pros and cons of this or that, or write down how can you get from A to B, and then just try that and see how it will work out. It's a difficult place to be in. And if any of you are in the waiting season, I just want to say you're definitely not alone, because we feel like whole heap of way there in a waiting season and a bit of a where would I call it now? You know, like when you play video game and you're about to start and then the character just a move and
That's perfect depiction.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of us are in a place like that right now. And then in order to go forward, you just have to press a button and just go.
And you will respawn. It's like in a game. When you're dead in that game and you pop up back. I mean,
yeah, I feel like you will end up where you're supposed to be, but and sometimes you have to take a chance. You have to just take a chance. We only have the one life to live. Sometimes you just have to take a chance. And even if you're apprehensive about certain things, but if you know you have a deep desire for something in your heart, don't be afraid to take a chance on yourself or bet on yourself or whatever it is. And just like what Brianna said, do it with wisdom.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we all have to be in tune with our own spirits and lives so well, so we can probably feel when we need to wait a bit or we need to.
Yeah. But that's why we're saying that don't just do something for do something sake. Do it with wisdom. So if you sit down and feel so like, alright, if we do this, it probably might be too sudden for real. So let me just keep back a little bit longer and see what's gonna happen. So the waiting season is one where you really have to be wise, and it takes a lot of introspection. So whether you're waiting for something spiritual, something personal, something financial, whatever it is, you have to be wise and like think about it in all the possible ways that things can go before making a move. So maybe you might hear a voice telling you what the next movies are, something might happen, but don't be, what am I say now? Don't just rush in. Yeah, don't be hasty if you say, all right, this needs to happen. No, 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 no. Pause. For a minute. Think about it. And then go through the five things that we talked about. The 5 reasons why you may be in a waiting season. See if any of those apply. If they don't apply, find something that applies. Think about it first, logically, and then plan or approach your next move that way.
You know what I like to do? I like to watch my life and watch where I have favor and what certain things might be confirming other things. So, for instance, when I left my job
So
in
if
January,
you say like, you mean like if you see us, like if you get a sign, say
if certain things that us play out where make
so like
sense for
sign.
this particular thing, like a breeding ground for this particular thing to happen, like, okay, well, that was setting me up for this. So things that kind of align, like when I left my job in January, made it feel it.
Yeah.
Like not just a feeling, say, please, I know. Yeah. There's a difference. Made it feel it in myself, mind, soul, everything. Say, you know, say I'm not gonna be here much longer. Yeah. And certain circumstances started to play out like a week or two after. Yeah. That gave me the avenue. I'm gonna say, yeah, man, this is the avenue. This is the right.
But that's why as well we're saying during the waiting season you definitely have to be wise.
In tune with yourself, because even before that, months before, there was a time when I wanted to leave, and something happened. Make I say, because you know everything can happen. But something happened that, like literally, like the day after, so somebody didn't want to leave the Monday, and something happened the Tuesday. When we would have just knowing myself, say, it's not time. So you kind of watch. Yeah. It's like a game of chess. You watch certain moves. Yeah. And certain things. I'm saying no time. And then when I did leave, the thing that didn't happen in the previous months happened and was like a
kind of confirmation to say, okay, now it's time.
Yeah. And it's when I looked back and realized, say, oh, that was just leading up. So you kind of just have to watch certain things. Say, okay, this is confirming that this move that I'm going to make is the best move, is the right move, and if you feel comfortable doing it, because sometimes you really don't know what you do. It's just the peace and the comfort that you feel, and you say, all right, maybe let's make that move. Yeah, it's like playing a game of chess, like me say. Say, all right, think. You know, say this is going to do. It's the best move.
Yeah. The waiting season calls for you to pause, be introspective, analyze situations, whether you want to pray, if that's what is best for you, and be wise. And knowing that it's okay to take a chance on yourself and situations, but ensure that you set yourself up for success if possible, because sometimes you're not gonna really know. And just be wise.
I'll say that waiting alone has never done anything for me. It's always been a partnership of waiting.
As in action. Like waiting. Okay.
So like say pull back and then you go. But just waiting for something to just happen. I don't know, it has never worked for me. If you just drop out of the sky. If I did that, I'd probably still be waiting on many things. It was a combination of, all right, and I time yet, and then okay, it's the time, go now. It's almost like, so that's why I connected with the last one I mentioned, where maybe other things need to come into play first, before that thing happens. Because as I mentioned, the whole holding back and then going forward, it's like you're waiting for an opportune moment, an opportune time. Because same in my first job, I want to live a long time. But I said, no, I don't want to leave yet just because I'm frustrated. I don't want that to be the reason I leave. I want to leave when I know it's the time to leave. And when I left and I was at peace with my decision to leave, 2 months later, I ended up being at Mellow without
a way
better situation. And that changed my life forever. Right? But it was a combination of waiting and doing. Because the job still to this day. Because if I didn't decide to take that leap, and I never know voice in my head tell me what to do, to be honest with you. A lot of people around me, even family, was like, don't leave your work. You don't have a next work, don't leave.
Generally, that's not the case.
But I decided to say, I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna do what I want to do. And it wasn't like an out of rebellion thing. It was out of what I felt comfortable and at peace doing, because you know your life.
Yep. So that's why you have to be wise and be introspective.
A combination of waiting and taking the leap. Every good thing or the highest points of my life have come when I took a leap. Not just when I waited.
Same.
Maybe I waited on the right time to take the leap.
Yeah.
But if we never take the leap,
nothing would have happened. You'd still wait.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
And I find oftentimes that most of the times when I am in a season of waiting, it's between two of the things. Either one, maybe gotta wait for me to make the move, or two, just like the last one, other things have to be placed in order for that thing to actually happen.
I really think the waiting season, in my opinion, is mainly for character building. Because
I'm tired of character building.
But I find
I'm
that
tired.
Me worse. But I find from experience, like usually certain things happen in my life when we just go in a mood of positive thinking and just not worrying, not stressing. Like I just saw it always happen when we just decide to say, I gotta be positive. And it's not like, oh, airhead, optimism, but just taking on an attitude of your attitude determines your altitude kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
that's true. That's true.
That just watching my life, watching it back, that has always been the key factor.
I agree.
So the long waiting season thing, me never planned that.
It is frustrating, man.
Me have to do something.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes, you need to be still, for real.
But I think the being still sometimes is being still in here.
Yeah. I guess it really depends on the situation and what it is. Yeah. It probably depends on what it is. For me, like when you see that when it's actual time for the results to come to pass, I feel like that's after me just let go the need to see the final result and just say, all right, me just go on with my life, and then know randomly whatever it is would happen. But then again, that can be seen as the action put into place, because you take your mind off of the worrying of what will happen and just continue on. And then you continuing on could be the things where you need to do to make this stuff come to pass and you not even realize. Yeah, I think oftentimes that's the case for me. Just I work and I do, and then you realize, oh, this happened.
It's here. Yeah, that same for me. Usually things don't want to come to pass. And we just hope feet and leave it alone. Just knowing say it's gonna happen. and it does happen right in time.
Yeah.
Because it's mentioned in the mentions, one of the things I need to fix is just the worrying.
Yeah.
Stop worrying that things always work out. It's really a game of the mind, you know.
It is.
Your mind are going to run
It
you, or
is.
you are going to control your mind. And
But sometimes you really have to just pause and look at what it is. And then no situation not gonna last forever. So that's a reminder as well. To give yourself some peace during the waiting season. Yeah. Things must change one day or be different. So not gonna last forever. Whether good
I
or
think
bad.
most times we know what to do, you know. I don't know, sometimes when you ask me for advice, it's just like they just tell you the opposite.
Can you then not tell you what you want here?
And then not even just what you want here, you know. I really feel like each away they live with one life. And sometimes we all know what we need to do. While somebody might tell you to wait, maybe you need to go.
And when you ask persons for advice, they tell you based on their experiences.
And their outlook.
So their experiences can be like whole different ball game than yours.
Your time to go might not be my time to go, and my time to go might not be your time
timeline as somebody else's timeline.
And
totally
your perspective too, so.
With that, then again, that's why you really have to just like gather yourself, take time to gather yourself. Well, cost whatever if you need to during the waiting season, but also take time to gather yourself and like think about it and make wise choices, as wise as I think they can be. Pray if you need to, weigh pros and cons if you need to, and just make a move. Yeah.
My last addition to that would be like, I think the best way that I've seen it work for me in my life, and maybe it can work for you too, is to prepare for whatever you're waiting on. Prepare whatever it means you need to go get the paperwork, whatever preparation looks like for that particular thing. Prepare and then be at peace. Don't just wait and be at peace. Prepare and be at peace so that when the time comes, you've already prepared. You prepare to fail. So just prepare and make room for whatever it is you want. If that means to be safe. I remember when I got my second apartment. And of course, before me, that save. And of course, if you're going to get furniture, you need money. So when it came the time, perfect example. All right, when I was getting my second apartment, I was looking for somewhere furnished. Because I figure I'm never ready to spend on furniture yet. So I was looking for somewhere furnished. And this is how sometimes you have to navigate your own life and think, all right. And then realize say, me can't find nowhere nice for furniture. We have foolishness. One time somebody asked show my apartment when I have no window. Like I'm not a human being with lungs who need to breathe. No AC native in there. No? And even if AC in there, whole window, like that place could not be fit to rent. I'd be
a dungeon.
It's a dungeon. Thank you. We must see one underground beast or something.
Oh gosh.
And I said, no, sir. And so I have to say, all right. I have to go pivot and change what I look for what I want.
So you take the time to think about it and use
analyze
wisdom.
The situation and use wisdom and say, all right, let me get somewhere that is unfurnished. Had the cash was saving, I must say, because sometimes, you know, we have the means and we have the resources, but we are just not thinking on that avenue because me don't want to spend the money. But that doesn't mean that you might not have it, but you just never did a look. Because maybe you have a plan for that wasn't for this. So you say, no, I don't want to divert from that for this, but sometimes you have to meander your way and you will see how things work out. So, buy the furniture and ended up loving where I ended up.
A much better place.
Yeah, buy the furniture, end up loving where I am, where I got. So may just have to veer little from the original plan and it end up become a better plan.
Yeah.
Rather than just waiting, may I go get one furnished place, man. May I go get one furnished place, me just wait. No. Just have to think something different, take action somewhere else.
I think I say this openly to our viewers, but I say it to myself as well, because generally how I grew up, there was always persons to help me, or people will suggest these things, or if I need something, somebody would I say, oh, here's this, here's that, here's that. So growing up, it kind of became hard for like just do things by myself. So in a waiting season now, sometimes I would be accustomed to just like just a wait, like okay, it will happen, and not realizing that okay, maybe I need to actually put my step forward and just do this thing for whatever it is to come to pass. Yeah, so I need to do like put my foot forward to do whatever it is for that thing to come to pass. And just like what we mentioned earlier, things that we're going to do for the rest of this year. So one of mine, I can add that to the list, I guess, actually putting action to things and not making the fear of failure defeat the outcome of things. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, it's all about navigating your life. You have to navigate your life.
Yeah.
You will live it.
Yeah. What fit somebody else not gonna necessarily fit you. Yeah. So you really just like what we've been say over and over. You have to really sit, think about it, analyze it. If you're not an analytical person, maybe ask somebody who you think is fit to help you if you analyze whatever it is, pray about it if that's what you need to do, and make a wise decision on what your next step is. Yeah.
And most things is not just waiting, but waiting for the right time to move.
Yeah.
Action. Reap rewards.
Yep.
Yeah.
So if you're in a waiting season, comment down below what have you been doing to cope, and what have you been doing to possibly move forward to the next season. Yeah. And what advice would you give somebody in a waiting season?
I would say don't get stuck in a waiting season when all you need to do is put one foot forward.
Yeah.
Don't
that's
stunt the growth of your own life because you wait.
That's why I had to say it like, okay, no, as a adult, I definitely have to get used to just stepping out and doing things on my own, because persons now got always be there to help you or put a spoon in your mouth, so to speak. Sometimes you just have to do things on your own. You have to take a step out and just do whatever it is.
Just do it. Yep.
Yeah. Alright, guys. That's it for now. See y'all later. Like, comment, share, subscribe.
This is like a therapy session.
What is it?